I'm Selena Hill, and welcome to another episode of The New Norm on Black Enterprise, where I speak to dynamic leaders and fascinating stars about their latest projects and the impact they're making in the world. Today, I have the honor to speak with award winning recording artist and actress Deborah Cox, who stars as Glinda in the revival of the groundbreaking musical The Wiz, set to open on Broadway this April. Thank you so much, Deborah, for being here with us on Black Enterprise today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You've had such a remarkable 30-year career, literally sing some of my favorite songs of all time. And I'm so happy to have you here. You're part of this iconic Broadway show 50 years after the original debut. Tell us how that feels.
It feels really rewarding, really rewarding. When I got the call from our director, Shelley Williams, about my interest, I immediately said yes and was at the workshop, ready to just dive in to figure out what the story is that they wanted to tell this time. What the direction was, what the main goal was about to be. And I knew that we were going to be embarking on something very, very um, controversial, groundbreaking. I know the shoulders that we stand on. I know the expectations of this show. So I knew that we all collectively have big, big shoes to fill because this was a major, major hit. And we're retelling a story of uh, of a show that is so loved by our audiences, So it was a bit scary. It's a bit scary at first.
I can only imagine the pressure. When we think about the original Wiz, Tony Award winning, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross. And like you said, it's definitely big shoulders that you're standing on. But I feel like the cast, you in particular, they have the right ones. How do you take such a timeless story and sort of put your own spin on that? How did you do that?
That's the tricky part. I think for me, my process is always to go back to uh, the original material. I'll, watch a little bit of the movie. I'll look at YouTube clips of the original Broadway production, just to get the essence of the story. And then that's when I find my own truth in the character, and then again dive in and find some elements that I can relate to, that I can bring to the stage. I knew that Lena Horne was this regal beauty that had such a presence in the film. For me, I mean, I remember just, I think just her spirit and her energy and her aura in the movie. And it was like, wow, that moment, and it just resonated so hugely. So I knew that, you know, the impact of Glinda would have to be of the same magnitude, on stage. So how do you do that in a
Mhm.
musical with only a few moments in the show? And so that was really the tricky part, was finding that and finding a real foundation. And so for me, Glinda is an anchor. Glinda is manifested out of Dorothy's faith and hope and trying to find her home. And for many of us, home has different meanings. So I wanted to make sure that I portrayed Glinda to be that solid, um, beacon of hope and light and love and security.
Yes, when we talk about Lena Horne, I was actually named after her. How do you,
Ah, what an
yes,
honor! Wow.
yes, yes. And, how do you sort of channel that spirit, that energy that you saw on screen?
You
How
know,
do you
it's
channel that into the character?
it's about, I think, finding a way to embody what the meaning of is of the character is, you know. Again, having a reference of Lena and of Dee Dee Bridgewater and what they did in the platform that they performed, um, that gave me enough to pull from, you know. And as we were actually doing the workshop, and I was, you know, listening to the scenes, watching the other characters in the show, watching you know, Nichelle just like perform the songs, and just watching her journey as this young girl trying to find it and figure it out. And she meets all these different friends along the way, and seeing all of their connection, it helped me to understand what position I play in the whole arc of the story. And and that was what gave me a lot of opportunity to, like, you know, find where my position is in her journey. So it's a bit of, you know, picking all these different pieces and putting them all together, you know.
Absolutely. In addition to your role as Glinda, you also co-produced
Hmm.
the Wiz with your husband. Can you tell us about that role and that hat that you're wearing as well?
Of course, yeah, I felt the importance to not just be on stage. I mean, that has a lot of weight to it as well. But I really wanted to contribute to the vision, to the outcome of this big project. Um, you know, Candy Burris and Todd and Brian Moreland, Mike Isaacson, Kristen. I mean, there's a real big team. MC Light and Common. There's a team of people who really believe in this project, as do I. And so when I came on very early in the project, like, you know, in the workshop phase, you know, I was in the room and I was like, this is really something very, very special. It's a legacy project. It's a classic story, and it's one of those projects that I really want to not just reimagine, but I really want to um, explore from a different perspective and have a different vantage point. And I think if more Black people, more Black actors and producers, you know, find ways to contribute to a project to help it continue to run and be um, successful, we'd have a lot more properties to choose from. You know, uh, I really wanted to come back to Broadway, and this was an amazing vehicle and another opportunity to do that. And I'm really, really thankful that I was able to come on board, not just as an actor, but as a co-producer as well. And like I said, it's about really seeing the vision of this story. I think it really deserves, you know, for the world to see it, because it's really a great production.
It is, and I'm happy that you mentioned that you're coming back to Broadway. This is your third run. You played Aida in Jacqueline Hyde. Can you talk about what is it about performing on Broadway that just keeps you coming back to the stage?
Wow. It is just exhilarating. Every single night is different. It's a different audience, it's a different experience. You have the opportunity to tell a story with a cast of people that are incredibly talented. You have the lighting, the the crew, the musicians, the orchestra, the you know, it's this incredible exchange of energy every single moment, every single scene. So it's different. It's literally a different show every single night. And that to me is more exciting than being in a studio recording. As much as I love to sing, my preference is to be in the room, in with the collaborative part is what makes me, what is what fuels me and makes me enjoy what I do more.
You know, I love Broadway myself, and I am So thrilled! Cannot wait to see you in the Wiz here once it comes to Broadway in April. What is it that audiences can expect, especially those like I was just telling your publicist offline, Randy, that I want to bring my mom. Like she was
Oh,
there and
yes,
lived through it, and she'll be living through the nostalgia. But for me, it'll be a brand new experience. So what can we
right.
expect?
Well, you can expect to be just brought to um, the highest level of joy. um, I say that to say, the cast is incredibly, incredibly special and talented. And every single person in this show, I mean, brings such um, fierceness and fearlessness to their roles. You know, like I said, Nichelle Lewis is incredible. She just sings the house down. Avery Wilson plays the Scarecrow. He's incredible. Kyle Ramar Freeman brings just this, um, you know, uh, spirit and energy to the lion, like that will just have you just keeling over with laughter. Uh, Philip, Philip, he plays the Tin Man. He's incredible, incredible. When you really feel the soul uh, of his character, and what he brings. Melody Betts is a fire. Like she just brings that heat to Eveline every single night. And Wayne Brady, is just like so charismatic. Just like, I mean, every moment in the show is a show within itself. You know what I mean? The costumes are incredible. Like I said, the incredible Sharon Davis designed all of our costumes. I was so excited when I went to my fitting and actually saw my costume. That was why I unveiled it on Tamron Hall, because I was so excited to be wearing this piece of art, you know? And when you see it in person amongst the set, I mean, the set by Hannah Beachler is incredible as well. And it explores a lot of Afrofuturism as well. A lot of our cultural um, uh, um, tapestry is woven into the set design. Um, we have an incredible creative team that I think brings this whole spectacle to life in a way that is really, really remarkable, to see it done every single night. We know that people are just transported, when they see the show. And and to be a part of that is incredible. It's really,
Yes,
really
and
incredible.
absolutely. It's so incredible. And when we think back at the original Wiz and how it made so much history, Tony Award winning, not only the
Yes,
cast, but behind the scene, it was all Black as well. And it really just showed the world the beauty and brilliance of Black creatives and Black art. What is it that you
yes.
guys are hoping to do this time around when it comes to pushing the envelope and just making sure that you're continuing that legacy?
Well, you just said it. We're continuing the legacy. We know the shoulders that we stand upon. We know that the foundation is already laid. The essence of the story of the original and of the original Broadway production is in this as well. All of us are fueled by what they've done before. So, we just want to make sure that we represent the culture in a way that is respected and inspiring, and that we, it's sad that it's taken this long for us to be able to have another version on Broadway. But I think that it's really telling just how many more stories we need, you know. Um, but it's a fun way to depart from what's going on in reality and really just escape and be a part of this world of Oz and be just sort of lost in the creativity and the fun and the magical mystical moments, this has been the most fun, playful, magical character that I've ever played. Glinda is really just that, you know what I mean? She's just magical. And so finding ways to incorporate that, I had to kind of just be uninhibited and just let go and go back to being my childlike self and really reflect on that and just have fun. And that's how the
Mm.
characters just constantly been developing and changing night after night. So it's been a fun process.
I can only imagine how we'll also be moved by your voices. You have one of the most iconic voices in R&B to
Thank
this
you.
day, and I know the cast also are just great performers. Can you talk about that aspect of it, just the singing and the songs and the magic in those performances?
Hmm. Yes, well, every single person in the cast really delivers top tier talent. You know, it's really extraordinary to watch and see and witness every night and be a part of every night. The songs are timeless. These are classic songs. When I sing Believe in Yourself, it really is like a mantra. It has been a mantra for me all of my life that I have to find something within myself to make other people believe in my talent and what I have to offer. And it's been like that my whole career. So I feel like this is kind of like a full circle moment that I can really express my journey on stage with the lovers of the Wiz. And you mentioned that you're excited to bring your mom. We've had a lot of different types of audiences come to the show because it's multi-generational. It really touches the soul of people who have seen the original in the 70s and then people who have only seen the movie. And so this is like a nice combination of audience members that fill the theater with all of their memories and moments that have moved them uh, from the show. And that's pretty extraordinary to be a part of a legacy that stands on just, you know, um, oh, what's the word? I'm losing my train of thought now. That like it's just incredible that grandmothers can bring their grandkids, and you know, it's just like the multi-generational aspect of it, I think is really intriguing.
It is. Deborah Cox, thank you so much for your time. We are so excited, even more so
Thank you.
now. I
Oh yeah,
am,
you got to
especially
come
after
see it.
speak. I cannot wait. April again hitting Broadway. Everyone come
Yes.
out and support this all black cast, and not just that, but it's like you said, it's gonna be well worth your time. It's gonna be something I want to be a part of. I want to be able to say I
Yeah,
saw
you want to
the
be,
revival
yes,
of
you want
Wiz.
to be
Yes,
able to be one of the first people to witness the Wiz back on Broadway. This is the time to come and see the show. If you can come see it while we're on tour, come, but definitely get your tickets for Broadway because these shows have been selling out. I mean, literally have been selling out. No seats left in that theater. So come and check it out.
definitely. We will be there to check it out. Thank you so much for your time today and
Thank
speaking with
you.
us here at Black Enterprise. And many blessings to you and the cast and everything that you
Thank
guys are
you.
doing.